That's I'll put on that for now. Okay, guys. All right, so there's a bunch of important stuff that's happening this week, and starting actually in probably about 7 hours, I think, or six, less than that, 5 hours. It's 2:30 in the morning. Uh, tonight, I have a meeting with the Moon podcast, and the next night, Wednesday night, then we'll have the interview for Collision, which is the conference in Toronto, which is an international tech business conference. So um, I haven't been active like on the socials and stuff because I've been basically preparing and programming for um, this interviews of so I want to make sure we present our best self. Also making sure the website like looks really great, right? And also a lot of research, like tons of research, because if we're gonna make it in this industry, then we need to be able to solve problems and you know be better than our competitors, which is we have thousands and thousands of competitors. We have an amazing brand, and we have some cool dApps that we were going to be releasing. Some like the Android app is already out and it's got a feedback. Vince added the feedback option to it, so people can get feedback on it. So everybody that's got an Android device can now be able to track their B&B rewards that they get, which is good because they won't be asking in the socials and the chats and the Twitters and stuff all the time. And it's great for people to be able to see like that there is something that actually is going in there, even if it is dust, if they're holding low, and they can start to calculate it in their minds like, okay, well, I got this much with this much money. If I put more money, then I can get more B&B, right? So I think that's the biggest thing that is going to be good for that. The staking, we're going to pivot on the staking because of the research that I've done. So the biggest important change that is going to be made for this presentation is that HOTDOGE is not going to program or design a metaverse. Like, we're not going to try to make our own HOTDOGE metaverse. It's going to take millions of dollars to do something like that, and we don't have the team, we don't have the marketing, and not only that is we're just not the competing people that we would have to, like all these people are designing these metaverses, right? And that's all fun and great for those little communities. But what you're going to find out very, very soon is that you always end up coming back on the internet to the overarching sort of communication where, that the reason why Facebook, the reason why Instagram, the reason why TikTok, the reason why Twitter and all these social media are successful is because they connect everybody. And they allow you to connect everybody, but also have small communities. And that's pretty much like a recipe for success in tech these days. So while all of our competitors are, designing dApps and stuff and, doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, copying each other, ripping each other off, and trying to shout louder, like, like join me instead of the other guy. That's all great, but there's nothing unique about that. And the only things that are notable in life or history is when people do great things or people do things that are different. So when I say pivoting on the staking, what I mean is that we're going to pivot to NFT staking, but abridged NFT staking. And so I'm going to try to be as succinct as I can here in explaining to you guys what this is. So basically, a DApp where people can take their NFTs, no matter which blockchain that they're on, they can dock their NFT with our DApp. And then when they dock their NFT with our DApp, then they can select what blockchain they would like to convert their NFT to. And then it will mint an exact copy of that NFT to that blockchain. So there will be a verification process involved here because, okay, number one, the first thing that people are going to say was, well, then anybody could just copy anybody's NFTs or whatever, and then it's going to be a whole shit show. Sure. But there is an AI that we have forked right now that's being used by Binance for their featured market. And what the AI does is it scrapes the entire internet for copyright infringement, like NFTs that are already in existence. So all of the top marketplaces for NFT sites right now, it will scan those. And if the media that is being brought to us is that kind of media, is a copy media or like a duplicate media that somebody is trying to scam, then we'll be blocked. So the software will alert us, and then we can actively remove those from the site or delist those from the site. So basically, what we're doing is we're allowing people, we're connecting people, we're bridging people for any blockchain to bring whatever NFT they have. And this is going to be hugely important because the biggest players in the game, and this is why we're not going to do a metaverse, is because we would have to be competing with Meta, which is Facebook, formerly Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg changed the name to Meta now, and he's doing metaverse. And Microsoft, which is also doing their own version of a metaverse. So Microsoft, which is like a company that's, well over 20 years old and has been in the tech industry for this long, is a giant internationally, is designing a metaverse, right? And then Facebook, which is the most popular social media in the world as far as accounts and users, is also designing a metaverse. There's no way that any of these smaller metaverses would be ever able to compete in any sort of way to that. They can go after the small money, but that's not what we're after. We're after the big money, right? We want to be able to integrate with this. So what we want to do is create a solution that is inclusive, that allows people that makes NFTs or mints NFTs in any of these blockchains or buys metaverse items in all these different types of small scale projects that are closed, and take those NFTs, plug them into our dock, and transfer them into once it gets created or once it gets implemented, the metaverses of Microsoft and Facebook, Meta. That will put us, because nobody else is doing this right now, on the forefront of a brand new problem solve for technology. And this is what I'm going to convey at this conference. This is what I'm going to tell people at this conference, is that, there is going to be a need. There's going to be all these different metaverses. How are you going to, keep this stuff together? the internet is about inclusivity. The internet is about bringing everybody together, and that's why there's so much money involved in this. Is because when you scale through the internet, you're talking, not in the local terms and senses of starting a company and building, like brick and mortar locations. You can, theoretically reach anybody in the world that has an internet connection globally. And as far as like cell phones are concerned and uh, computing devices are concerned, that's in the billions, right? And if you just have $1 for each unit, you're talking billions and billions and billions of dollars, right? So this is what we want. We're going after the big dog. We're going after the big investment. And if we can solve a problem in this space, that's when it's like there's going to be two things that are going to happen. We're going to have some wild success. We're going to end up being a company that's like Uber or Lyft or Airbnb or those companies that disrupted this entire industry. And our disruption is, instead of focusing on making our own special little metaverse for ourselves and trying to get people to go that, we are making metaverse inclusive for everybody, which is another thing that's really great. Is that that's what the world wants right now. That's what we're all looking for right now. Is everybody is trying to push, um, as far as like major organizations, uh, inclusivity, like people being included, and no matter what their race or sex or gender or whatever, that they can basically, take whatever they have in their assets and bring them across the entire internet and the entire metaverse, whether or not Facebook or Microsoft is the eventual victor here. Because I think there's going to be a battle, and I think that in this battle, there's only going to be one winner, right? Like you're not going to have you're going to have two different competing for a while, but eventually one's going to really sort of win out, right? There's only one Facebook, there's only one Twitter, like, and there's only one Instagram, and they're all social medias, but they're all different, right? Like no one is the same. A metaverse concept is like another dimension, another reality. So what we want to do is we want to be able to make it easy, cost effective, cheap, and seamless for anybody to bring their NFT or their assets, their metaverse assets, to a docking station, our docking station, and be able to transfer those out into any metaverse going forward. So that's my presentation. That's what I'm going to be talking about on this Moon podcast. That's what I'm going to be talking about to these to the interviewers at Collision, for us being able to secure a spot to present at that conference and to be at that conference. Um, it's like solidified now, right? And so the RFID is still there. Like it's just expanded, right? Like it just expands our ability to, solve a digital space problem and also integrate real life items into this as well. And I think that's like, there's nobody else in the space that's doing exactly what we're doing, and nobody has a brand like we've got. So this is it, right? Like I know for sure all we need to do is just make sure that we have a solid product that works. And so I'm working on doing the AIs and the prototyping, which is why I haven't been active in the chats and stuff and on the socials. I've been spending like every single day, 8 or 10, 12 hours, just basically I'm either doing research or I'm programming. And uh, so I haven't been in contact with with you guys a lot for messages and stuff, right? And also for our bonuses and stuff, we need to make sure we get those paid out. So I'll work with Arshan to get those bonuses paid out and the migrations done so that we don't have angry people um, in the group. What's really important is that I will create the media that you guys will need, and I'm going to give you guys the tools, the information that you need to be able to take what I'm saying to you and put it in your own words and be able to tell other people. Because that's the most important thing, is for you guys to understand fully that this is going to be the next huge thing that's going to progress metaverse. It's going to progress AI technology, and it's going to progress metaverse because we're using the data sets that we're going to be implementing into for the NFTs are all going to be running through our AIs. And as our AIs and our deep learning scales and more people become involved, it's just going to get better and better and better and better and better. And that's how AIs work. And that's how machine learning works. So I'm 100% confident that this is now, we've actually got something here that we've like sort of cracked the Da Vinci Code. But you guys need to understand exactly what I'm saying. You guys need to be able to speak this to other people. You guys need to be able to tell other people exactly what I'm telling you in your own words, of course, like as you would, but to be able to convey that knowledge to other people, because we could still sit here and be doing DeFi solutions that everybody else is doing and making, our token compete with like the 100,000 other tokens across multiple blockchains that are all doing the exact same thing, or we could bust out and do something different. And that's what HOTDOGE is. Like, we're not the same as everybody else. We're different, right? HOTDOGE, when it was created, was an original artwork piece, was an original brand, and there was so many different Doge ripoffs like Baby Doge and Daddy Doge and Mommy Doge and all these other stupid coins that basically ripped off our branding, and they were better positioned in marketing and used that to capitalize, right? But eventually all these pretenders, they all fail. They all shut down, they all fail, and they're all fucked. So anybody that invested in Daddy Doge or Baby Doge or all the other ones that are still holding, you're down. Like you've lost like a lot of money. So, and that's okay, whatever. If anybody here that's listening or is going to listen to this has done that, that's fine. You were chasing what you thought was the next big thing, but you really got to make better choices, right? You got to listen to what people are doing and see what people are doing in the space and have your pulse, like your finger on the pulse of the trends of what's going on in technology today. And it's way beyond what everybody else is doing. Like these simple dApps that people are creating, we're so far beyond that right now. Like these large corporations are so far beyond that when these things drop, it's gonna be, it's gonna be like an apocalypse for tokens like cryptocurrency. It's all these altcoins, all these like tens of thousands of altcoins that are trying to, saying that they're trying to solve these like DeFi space solutions or whatever, are going to wither up and die because the impact of an actual true metaverse is going to be the thing that's just disrupts everything else, right? I've looked at so many different projects that are metaverse projects, and the graphics are garbage, and like they're saying, oh well, it's just alpha, it's just testing and stuff like that, but that's because they don't have money. They don't have money to make really good a product, right? But if you look at Unreal Engine 5 right now, it's almost real life. I've seen videos of like demos of Unreal 5. I have demos of Unreal 5 that I'm going to use in sort of like our presentations to people. about like to get them excited, right? That the next digital worlds that we're creating, they're going to be like real life. So when you are out there, when you're walking around, when you're doing things, when you're shopping, when you're, playing games, when you're watching porn, when you're doing whatever humans do on the internet, it's going to be like real life, but from your home, sitting on your couch, lying in your bed, but being able to walk around and do stuff as you were there in real life, in the real world. And the only way that the only people that are going to be successful in this are the ones that are creating solutions for these large companies that have the hundreds of millions of dollars to throw into proper development of these assets and these platforms, so that people can go and enjoy life and add something to their lives, um, add some extra entertainment value, happiness, whatever, connectivity with other people. It's it's going to be crazy, especially you know now, since we've seen like what happens when we have pandemics and how governments react to that. In my whole entire life, in my 39 years of life, uh, I've never seen something as profound as what happened with this COVID pandemic, and the impact that it's had on communities across the globe, and even still to this day, that some countries like China, when they have you know people that have start to test positive for COVID, they just lock down. They lock down everything, right? People can't even go outside of their houses. It's crazy. So the only way people are going to be able to still survive, like psychologically, is through these kind of events, is uh, to have a digital life as well, and we can profit off that. Like that's going to make money. There's going to be lots of people that are going to, they're never going to, own a private jet. They're never going to own a yacht. They're never going to own that Lambo, but um, they can drive one, right? Like you could buy an NFT, you can buy an NFT Lamborghini with all the specs of the Lamborghini in the metaverse, and you can bring that asset with you using HOTDOGE and upload your Lamborghini to your life on Meta with Microsoft or Meta with Facebook, and drive that Lamborghini around to the beach and talk to people that are real life people on the other end, also interacting in this metaverse. So people will be able to experience this stuff, and I think that it will alleviate some of the psychological pressure that's happened, especially with the severe impact of COVID and like a lot of suicides, a lot of like drug use and stuff. A lot of people deeply affected uh, about not being able to go out and enjoy life, and have fun and stuff, right? So this is going to definitely be the future, and for many people, not for all, but for enough people to make it extremely lucrative. And this is the direction that we're going to go for. So I'm just going to. I know I've been talking for a while here, right? Um, there's going to be some other stuff too, right? Like our situation, like financially, is like our our pricing is tethered to BNB. So like we've taken hits on like cells, and BNB has taken a huge hit as well as other cryptocurrencies in the space. And unfortunately, uh, it's like really seriously depressed us like badly, right? So um, it's we're hard strong right now, and so this is one of the reasons why we really need to find more outside investment, and actually have a real company that's solving real world solutions, instead of just being one of these fly by night projects that are just trying to program shit in the digital space and never really get anywhere. So this is how we move forward. This is the future. Um, I know that you guys, finances are probably pretty tight and stuff right now, but you got to hold out. Like I've been holding out this whole time. I haven't sold $1. I've spent all my money on all my extra money on buying more hot doge to do buy signals to keep our price like so it doesn't tank. And we've been lucky, more lucky than a lot of other ones. Like I know you guys have heard of Terra Luna, and they like a 99% squish or more on their pricing, where people just like lost everything that they had. Um, Pretty crazy. Anyway, I want to open it up to you guys, um, so allow you guys to speak and say something, um, because it's not just about me and what I'm gonna do. Like I can lead this ship and steer this ship as a captain, but like there's there's not power in one person. There's power in a team, and if the team isn't good, if the people on the team don't perform or aren't putting in work or uh, contributing, then that's how shit falls apart. Because honestly, like it's it's just like common sense and logic, right? Where we could get so much more done together collaboratively. And anyway, that's all I want to say about that. So I'll leave it open. Chris, did you want to say anything? No. All right. Okay, so we got to do the bonuses, guys. I'll catch up. I'll catch up on the payments for the team members. Um, I know Beauty, you've been waiting to as well for your payments as well. So I'll do the payouts for your last, and um, and we have to talk about the pricing because it's not in line with what the performance is like. Any sort of marketing that any business pays for should see a return on that investment in statistics, and we're just not getting that with your service right now. So we really need to try to adjust. Um, I want to set a time with you to, after we pay you, have a meeting and see if we can sort of like improve this and make empower you so that you can do better for yourself and for us as well. Um, I know Donald and Hossein, you guys have been holding it down in the chats, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Um, what I need from you guys really is just I when I'm doing all this work, like I can't be in control of the chats and the socials all the time. I need to focus on programming and to design this stuff, right? To build these things so that we have a product to sell. And so what I need from you guys is to be my eyes and ears. I need you guys to uh, I need you guys to tell me like what's going on. Like uh, even if you do it like once a day, just say like how the chat's going, or or whatever. I know that Hossein, like you and Beauty as well, always post your guys' work inside the volunteer group, and that's awesome. But what I just need from you guys as an addition is just to tell me like, how are the mods doing? Like how is everybody thinking? What kind of people are in there? What do I need to delegate, or things I can improve on, or what do you need help from me? Um, don't ever feel that you can't just message me personally and say, hey, I think that there's a problem Like if you think that I'm doing something wrong, if you think that I can improve on something, um, let me know. Like you need to tell me. Just say, uh, just say it. Like just tell me because I want you guys to be a team, right? Like I want us all to be able to interact and to know each other and to, work off each other's um, strengths, right? And cover for each other's weaknesses. That's what a real team does. So if nobody else is, oh Abu, there you are. How's it going, man?
All's fine.
Good, good. Okay, so yeah, you weren't here for the initials. So I've got so for collision, the interview is Wednesday morning, so tomorrow night um, at like 2:30 in the morning. I have an interview, so that's why I've been making sure that I have something to show them, these guys, so that we can get a spot at that tech conference. And so what we're going to do is instead of designing our own metaverse, we're going to create a set of smart contracts and Web3 apps that allow people to take any NFT, any metaverse asset that they have in any of these smaller metaverses and bring them to a larger metaverse or to bring them to other metaverses. And the reason why is because in the last weeks of research that I've been doing and learning and working is so right now there's a race going on, and the race is with two large companies, Microsoft and Meta. So Zuckerberg and uh, and Microsoft are going head to head. Sort of, they're creating a metaverse. Both these companies are working on creating a metaverse, and it's going to be in like an all-inclusive metaverse. And this is exactly like none of these bullshit metaverses were small communities or you can get 100,000 people, 50,000 people, 20,000 people. I'm talking millions of people, like everybody who's an Xbox Live subscriber who games, people that are PlayStation subscribers who game, people that use Facebook, like a billion people have Facebook, right? Like um, these are the companies that are designing metaverse, and they have the money, they have the power, they have the knowledge to be able to pull it off. And so all these other smaller metaverses, I'm not saying that they won't have some sort of like even some small success, but they're not going to be able to compete in the large grand scheme of things. And eventually there's going to be like almost exact or augmented copies of our world where people, regular people, are able to live like what they want to do. They want to live their fantasy lives, but for a fraction of the price. And it's not real, it's digital, but that's the way that we're going right now, right? So um, that's what I was talking about before, anyway. Just so you know, right? Like having competing on the same level of all these small guys and like the thousands and thousands is not helping us. It's not making us go anywhere. And this is going to be like a springboard for us to like these conferences, like especially Collision, is going to be a springboard for us to be noticed. And if we're getting noticed by Google, by Microsoft, by Facebook, who are doing these, designing these, and we are creating technology that makes it easier for them to integrate everybody into their systems, that is the money right there. Either we're going to end up like, as I said before, either we're going to end up like a company like Uber or Lyft, or Airbnb, where we disrupt a whole industry, and we're a king and in this industry, or we end up getting bought out and purchased, right, by one of these larger companies like Google or Microsoft. So that's going to be amazing for everybody, right? Like the amount of money if we build a company with HotDoge that does this and we get picked out by Microsoft, let's say, or Facebook even, um, everybody who's in this team stands to make millions of dollars, and that's going to be great for everyone. So um, that's what I was talking about. I hope that you can see like the benefits of that. I will keep you guys updated. So I'm on a Moon podcast. I'll let you guys know the UTC time. It's actually tonight. So I think maybe 5 hours from now, 5.5 hours or 5 hours from now. I got an interview then, so I'll let you guys know about that. And then, because now is, yeah, that'll be Tuesday, 2:30. And then the next day, so Wednesday, so Tuesday night, Wednesday morning at around like 2:30, around the same time, is when I'm going to have my interview for HotDoge for Collision. Did what about your buddy and those the NFTs you guys were making? Abu.
Who, me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So for now, I have stopped. Let's see what the one that I send you, and let's see if that can be useful, and then we can come back for other ones.
Okay, okay. So if he's got some final stuff or whatever, then yeah, let's mint them. Let's get the graphics together. So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna do a collection? Are we gonna do a deployment on like say OpenSea? Or are we gonna do a collection on the Binance market as well? What do you think we should do?
Anyone that is the cheapest with fees.
Okay, so probably Binance then. So okay, we can create a featured collection on the Binance market, and yeah, we can upload those to that. Just let me know what final files that you have for that, and then what I'll do is we'll do like a profit sharing thing, I guess, right? Like you'll have to get a cut of that of the profits for that. So I think we'll do we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll have a meeting. We'll have a meeting. We'll talk about it. Okay.
Is there machine an option that you can do a contest for making an NFT? Because I think that somebody in the group for sure can make some nice art.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Like we've had guys that have come into the picture that have made some really cool stuff for Hot Doge over time, and I've made some really cool media for Hot Doge too, like video media, um, and so to tokenize it and to sell it, yeah, that's definitely going to be awesome, I think. And one of the things as well that we need to do and not to forget, of course, is that we're media. Like we could be media company as well, right? And make our own stuff because we want people to know about Hot Doge. We want people to buy Hot Doge still. We want people to. Um, oh, so I'm going to deploy our contract on Ethereum as well. So we're going to open ourselves up to a whole uh, a whole nother block. Like the amount of Ethereum money compared to Binance right now is I think it's like, oh, I don't know what is, like over 10 times the amount of investment of market capitalization in don't quote me on that, but in Ethereum compared to Binance. So Binance is growing, but I think we need to be on Ethereum as well because uh, those creating bridges between those two blockchains anyway, because they're pretty much exactly the same code and programming, is going to be really easy to do our NFT doc, where we can we can bridge NFTs to different blockchains, and in doing so to different metaverses. So yeah, all right, let's talk about that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's use our media to generate interest, and if we're strapped for money and stuff on it, then we could create stuff. We use our work, we create media, and we can give away that media, right? We can give people stuff, get them excited, um, so they can have this cool shit that they can spread across the internet and show other people. And if we do that, then I think that's going to help us as well. And I'm totally okay with that, Abu. So no problem. Let's do that then. We can mint the stuff. Let's give it away. Let's do giveaways. Even the alpha pups, to generate interest in the alpha pups. I think that will be good. That'll be good. Is to do a giveaway for the alpha pups to get people started to buy it. Okay, what else? As I was saying before too, Abu, I don't know if you said, but like, I'm not the dictator here, right? Like, I'm not the owner. I'm not the owner of this either, really, right? Like, what we would call it a custodian, I guess, a caretaker of HOTDOGE, and I think that but we're a team, right? And I need feedback from you guys, right? So if you guys know how to give constructive criticism, if you guys feel like there's something else I could be doing or something else that you think that you could be doing that could help, and you want to collaborate with me on it, or other team members, then let's do it, right? Like let's talk to each other more about this, because we're never going to get anywhere if we're not a solidified team, if we're not a group that is working hard for this token, right? One man can't do it all. Even Mark Zuckerberg had to hire people and have groups and teams of people that have partners in the initial stages of Facebook to get that thing going. And that's with every single other tech startup. I could be a figurehead, I can be a face for this and talk to people about it, but in the sort of like essence of HOTDOGE, it's got to come back to the team. So you guys always feel free to message me or DM me if you have concerns, questions at any time. And if you think that I could be doing something better or I need to change something up, always, yeah, reach out to me. No problem. Respectfully. And we can talk about it and see how we can improve things. Okay. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming to this meeting. And I hope it was productive for you guys. I hope you guys got some information about it. I will be doing. I have a credit for press release, so I will be doing. So this week is going to be huge for us. Uh, I'm crafting right now a press release for us, including a technical paper, like a version 1 technical paper for our metaverse NFT doc, and that's going to be what I release this week, along with the stuff for Collision and everything. So it's like it's going to be a big push. Like there's going to be a big push by the end of this week for us, as far as like getting our SEO up, getting our name out there on the internet, and getting people to check us out. So we should see a good spike in the amount of traffic our website gets after this week. And if we can capitalize on it and keep it going, and to show people that we're actually solving spaces problems here, then I think this is it for us, guys. I think this is where we're going to differentiate ourselves from all these other meme tokens here. So thank you very much. If anyone has anything to say, I'll leave it open for about 10 seconds. If anyone has anything else they want to say.
Sounds good, Sean. We're ready.
All right, guys. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, let's fucking rock and roll. Let's do this. Like I'm hungry. I'm primed. Ready to go. I've been spending like fucking hours every single day to crack this. So hopefully this is it. This is it, and we're all gonna be fucking rich after. Okay.
I'm starting my video now.
Okay. Perfect. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.